Today's tip of the week is kind of a revisit of a vlog from a few weeks ago when we had Andy Maschke come out. He showed me how a lot of my saddle should be fitting, basically how the tree should fit to the horses. Big is one of the ones that we worked on, and Andy just recently brought the saddles back out and or brought these saddles that he made specifically for these horses back out, and I got a chance to test them. This was my first ride on Big today, and what I want to show you today is what a horse's back should look like after working. You know, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed you might have a dry spot right about here. That's not good. That's from the bars of your saddle pushing down on that horse, and they're pushing so hard that, you know, they're driving any moisture out, and you know that you've got a spot right there that's just pushing right on that horse's back. We'll take a look here and see if Andy can back up what his claims were. I can see already this saddle. Like I said, those that saw the blog know that the saddle was pinching down. I could not slide my hand freely underneath like that. Have our big reveal. Looks pretty good. This side kind of looks wet, but it's not, or it looks dry. It's really, that hair's kind of changed colors because it was bad for so long. That white hair is from the saddle fitting improperly for a long time.
Do you know why it changes white? It has to do with like blood flow?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's like scarring with some horses that, you know, that their hair comes back white. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
You know, but not always the case. But I promise you that hair is wet though. So you look at this horse's back. It's wet front to back. This horse would really get dry spots bad here, and he'd get sore. Or you'd get off, you'd push on that spot, and he would definitely react. That's what you want. So it's one of those things. I'm sure most people don't think about that, but it's a big deal over time. How that saddle fits on your horse's back, especially depending on how much you weigh. You know, big guy like myself, I want that saddle to sit nice and flat.
What about in the back? Like you're saying, you get dry spots in the front. Like, what do you look for to know after you get off that it's sitting good in the back?
On the back? So you know, in the back, you don't really get a ton of dry spots though. You know, I mean, you'll see him sometimes sitting up or down, but like this horse here, I'd have to keep a breast collar on him because the saddle would slide back all the time. So not only do I have to do that, but even then I'd still have these dry spots. I felt like today the saddle sat right where it was supposed to. I didn't have to tighten it so much. I mean, I was trying to tighten it to keep it in place and playing around with different pads. It's just one more thing or one less thing that I have to worry about. You know, if it helps this horse 5%, or if it just helps my psyche 5%, it's worth it. You know, when you get out competing, every little edge counts. And then not to mention, you know, for the care of your horse, whether you're competing or whether you're just riding, you know, we want to have equipment that fits. You know, think about yourself. You have shoes that don't fit, you know, or you have, you know, workout clothes that don't fit, you know, or a backpack that's too small when you go to, you know, it doesn't fit. You know, you think about that, you know, that affects you. That's an easy one right there. Get off your horse, pull that saddle and pad off, and see, is your saddle fitting the way it's supposed to? You know, of course, you got to get your horse to build up enough sweat to where you can see that. So I hope that helped. I definitely hope that helps your horse.